everybody, this is Peggy from May Arts Ribbon, and today I want to show you how I made this insert for a scrapbook page that I'm going to do using May Arts Ribbon and Hero Art stamps. Isn't that cute? Let me show you. I also added a wobble to my stamp area there. See that? Isn't that cute? Alright, let me show you what I used. Of course, I used May Arts Ribbon. This one is number 360, 3817. It's a 3/8 inch, and I love it. A little wobbly looking thing here. And then I use some of the satin ribbon. I keep mine in a plastic zippy bag so it stays clean. We're going to use Hero Art stamps, and this set's called Good Friends, I believe. Let's make sure I'm telling you. Yes, Good Friends. And I love it because there's so many different little verses all in one set. So you can do a lot of cards with this one. I'm really impressed with that. I'm actually going to use the one that says, Hope you have a super fun birthday. So we're going to use that stamp set. Then I'm going to use their Zigzag Cupcake stamp to do the next one. Now, I'm not going to stamp this just on paper and color it, which you could color with your Memento markers or Copic markers, whatever. I'm actually going to do it on printed paper. We're going to use some Memento ink and markers. Well, you know what? Let me clear some things off and let's get started. Okay, now here's what I've done. I've stamped my image and I used printed paper down here so that it would kind of speed things up for me and I didn't have to color the bottom of my cupcake. And then I stamped it again and cut out the top part for the icing. And I stamped my verse right in the middle of the cupcake. Let me show you how nice. I know that you all know how to stamp, but I just want to show you how nice these stamps are to stamp with. I just used a black Memento ink and I'm just going to stamp on the back of there just so we don't waste any paper. But these are just a really nice acrylic stamp. I'm really liking them. And I always use a stamp pad. That gives me such a much clearer, better stamped image. There you are. And it's perfect every time, so I'm really impressed by that. So, that's that part. Now, let me show you what we do here. I've done a lot of layering of paper because I like lots of layers. And we don't need this in here anymore. So that's what I'm going to do first, is to layer this. Now normally I would run over to the sewing machine, because I did on here, and zigzag this, but we won't do that for time's sake. And then I simply layered my paper. And I use an ATG gun, because I love my ATG gun. Just put a little bit there. And I don't measure, I just kind of eyeball to make sure it's where I want it. Some folks really like to measure. This paper is actually by Basic Gray, which is another company that we did not too long ago. And I love that it's two-sided, so I know it's going to match pretty well. So we're going to put that right there. And then what I did with the ribbon, is that too cute? I just love that little stuff. I just put it on like so, flip it over, and tape it down. So we're going to tape her in there. Kind of gave the illusion of a present. Now, obviously, you could make this a lot smaller, which, if I didn't already say, I will post all of the sizes and dimensions that I've used for this particular page, so you would have those. So that's all we do. Make sure those are nice and straight. Then I'm going to do the same here. Now, my papers aren't exactly the same as the sample, but, you know, I don't like to waste paper, so we'll just use what we have on hand. Again, this is the Basic Gray. Go. Then I would use some foam dots to put that on there, but let me show you this cute little thing here. Oh, I forgot my little piece of white paper. It won't show up as well. Well, let me grab a hunk of white paper and I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and added my piece of white cardstock behind there, and then I adhered the bottom part of my cupcake on the printed paper, and then I have this little doodad called a wobbler, and that's what makes my cupcake wiggle. Aren't those fun? Now you can do those with paper. I'm sure we can find a place out there where we can learn how to make those ourselves, because I used to make them a long time ago. Then I would adhere that right on the front of my card using foam tape, and then I tie a little ribbon using the satin ribbon that we have, and I like to put it on the cupcake so that I have a little wobbling ribbon as well. And I call it a card. Let me bring back my sample to show you some of the added things you can do. Of course, I added brads just for dimension, because I'm all about dimension. I just love that little thing. And then I did, as I said, did some sewing on the sewing machine. You don't have to do those extra things. I just like lots of bling, and there you go. That's what I did. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to stop over at May Arts Ribbon and tell them Peggy sent you. Bye!